I'm Commander Amit Bansal. I belong to this Winged Stallion, as we call ourselves, INAS 315. This is our aircraft called IL-38 Sea Dragon. This is a recently overhauled aircraft which arrived from Russia 4 years back, and this is one of the most potent aircraft with the Indian Navy presently. As you can see, this aircraft has a length of about 40 meters with a span of 37 meters with 4 engines, 2 on either side. It is fitted with state-of-art modern sensors including the radar, ESM, capable of anti-submarine warfare and catching the enemy high at sea, at high seas up to 900 nautical miles. We can fly for about 7 to 8 hours with a max speed of 500 kmph. Okay, this aircraft is fitted with the Sea Dragon mission suit, as the Russians call it. As you can see, right under the aircraft belly, there's a dome kind of structure which houses the radar, which is the main radar of the aircraft. Below the nose, there is a chin sort of this dome, which is the infrared camera, and above the aircraft, as we call it, the crown, this is the ESM system capable of getting enemy emissions at long ranges. Apart from that, this side you can see 2 turboprops engine either side. 2 engines are on the other side. As we walk along behind the aircraft, I'll show you the MAD boom, which is used for detection of submarines. The aircraft has a span of 37 meters and a length of 40 meters. The tail sort of structure you can see behind. The tail protruding outside behind is called the MAD, or the magnetic anomaly detector, which is used to pick up the submarine signatures, underwater submarine signature and underwater objects. This is what we primarily use for. Below the aircraft, there are 2 bomb bays which open up, and where weapons are carried, and various kind of bombs and torpedoes we carry in those bomb bays. The aircraft is also capable of carrying missiles. Presently, if you look closely under the wing, there is a structure protruding. There the missiles are slung. 2 missiles, once on either side, can be put there. So this we carry as per the role of the aircraft. Once we go for bombing role, then we will carry the missiles. See, PATI essentially will be, the role of PATI will essentially be the same. It will be the long range maritime aircraft. Only difference, it will be the engines. Engines here are, as you can see, they are propeller aircraft. That will be a jet aircraft. Also, the technology will be slightly different, like this is Eastern origin aircraft, and that the technology will totally come from West. So that will be different. Performance wise, we will have to see how it matches up with this aircraft. Presently, this is one of the best aircraft in the world. In terms of networking, the sensors fitted will be Indian. The data link and other systems which will be fitted in both aircraft will be essentially developed by our persons. So in that terms, there will be no problem. The aircraft will seamlessly interface with each other. So there will be no problem with that.
Hi, I'm Commander Moksh. I belong to the Winged Stallions, the Indomitables. I will briefly explain you the systems which we have. The Winged Stallions, that is the IL-38, has been upgraded in 2005 with the state-of-the-art Sea Dragon mission suite. It is manned in 3 stations. 2 stations are behind. This place is called the rear cockpit, where the one to the right is the tactical coordinator. He or she, as depending on the person manning, will be operating 3 systems. That is the ESM, that is switched on from here. Then she is manning the anti-submarine mission suite, that is the radiosonic system, which also controls the prosecution of submarine, and also a classification aid, that is magnetic anomaly detector, that is available right at the end of the aircraft. It's controlled from here. Here sits the mission commander, or the senior navigator as he is called. He controls the central computer of the entire aircraft, and he also controls the IRTV. Additionally, all inputs of all the systems available on the aircraft come to the mission commander. He controls the mission from here, gives direction to the pilots to fly the aircraft to a particular point. He has also got the control panel for firing the missile and the control panels for firing the torpedoes and bombs. This is the weapon release panel for torpedoes and bombs along with this, and this is for firing the missile along with this. He is the heart and the brain of all missions. The manning of the aircraft is still this point, that is this frame 10. Beyond that it's only equipment, and nobody is allowed to go behind during the flight. Right ahead you see this is the front cockpit. The left hand side is the pilot, the first pilot. He controls the aircraft. On the right is the co-pilot. Here we have the flight engineer who sits and controls the throttles. There are two more crews sitting here. On to the left, while facing ahead, is the flight navigator. He is responsible for navigation of the aircraft from point to point. If you have to go from Hyderabad to Vizag or from Goa to Bombay, he is responsible for navigation. Additionally, in missions, he has got the radar, which he operates the radar in conjunction with the mission commander. He is operating the radar, giving him input. The mission commander decides, takes clearance from the captain of the aircraft and decides the next course of action. On the right is the flight signaler. He is responsible for all communications going out of the aircraft. This also includes some part of tactical communication. Most of the part of tactical communication is controlled by the senior navigator, the mission commander, and also the co-pilot. He is responsible for a part of the tactical communication, that is on HF frequencies. There is a display of all the mission suites ahead in front of the pilots. They can also view what is happening to the systems, and they can select each and every system. Out of the 6 systems available, they can select each and every system and have a look at what is going on. There is also a radar here, a weather radar, which gives us the weather in the area, which is very important primarily during monsoon months, where we keep clear of the weather while operating. The main pilot, the pilot controlling the aircraft, is the pilot on the left. He is called the first pilot. He has got the controls with him. Supporting him and helping him is the co-pilot. Presently the commanding officer is sitting on the seat. He's also got duplicated controls. He's responsible for communication with some part tactical communication and communication with the air traffic control towers.